feel great, like just so much time, energy, and thought, and just like emotion and everything went into this. And it's just, I, to be done, it's kind of a confusing feeling, to be honest, but like, it's great. I was so like relieved when I caught the last wave, and I was just like, wow, like that journey's actually over. Man, it's a tough question. So my big goal a couple years ago is to surf the 50 states, and I accomplished that. I think it was 2019 I did it. And for some reason, my brain just comes up with these like challenges for myself, and I thought that this was pretty extravagant, pretty large scale, and pretty impossible. So I think it just kind of started coming together, and not exactly sure what sparked the initial idea, but um, it kind of, I think it grew off the 50 states thing pretty much. Yeah, that was that was difficult because I had like this dream uh route in my head where I was going to surf like the best waves in the world, and I was going to make it like this amazing thing. And then like reality starts setting in, where start realizing that, okay, if I did it this way, it's going to take 10 days. If I did it this way, it'd be impossible. If I did it this way, getting to South America is going to change the entire trajectory of the route. So I did so much like geographic research and just figuring out like what I wanted to do. And then I just started going. I'd be like, okay, what happens if I start in New Jersey? And then I would go and I'd be like, okay, day 4, that's impossible. There's no way I can do that. And like, there's no way I could make that time zone happen, or I could make that flight happen. So then it took like months, literally months. Once Red Bull was like, yes, we're doing this, it took me months of picking it up, putting it back down to actually figure out. And yeah, eventually I came up with something, and it was on the verge of possible. And then when we figured out that technically I could get it done in 6 days, so we have an extra day, fail safe day, um, that was it. We kind of, yeah, equally difficult in different ways. Planning was crazy because my mind was going a million miles an hour, and I was like calling to see if I could get to like Antarctica, trying to figure out like where I'm gonna stay, and like all that was just so like a lot of anxiety. When we were doing it, I actually kind of just settled into the journey, and I just lived. It was important for me to just be in the moment and realize that it was kind of out of my control, but I was going to do what I could. So I would just set my sights on the next thing. Be like, okay, right now, all I have to do is get to the beach and surf a wave. And then after I did that, I'd be like, okay, now if I can make it to the airport, as long as the airline comes through for me, I'll be able to pull off this next step. So I kind of just put myself into like as zen as I could get. And there were still a couple moments when I thought I was losing the whole thing. So, um, but yeah, it was something. Um, yeah, I would say I was surprised by Bali, Indonesia, because it's off season kind of, and I wasn't really anticipating a big swell or anything. But after like no sleep, our air conditioner was broken in the hotel room. It was like 100 degrees in the room, sweating all night. I woke up and we got down to the beach, and I kind of just like, like rubbing my eyes, just like looked out, and I was like, oh my gosh, the waves are firing. So I ended up getting a bunch of barrels in Bali and just like having this amazing session. So that was great. And then coming home to New Jersey, the waves weren't anything special, but we had like the hometown, everyone showing up at the beach. People traveled to come and hang out at the beach. I got to be with my wife and my family, my dog Dennis, and it was just like it was so special that day. Like the waves didn't have to be good because I just felt it like just so much that everyone came down to support what I was doing. It was amazing. I'll be honest with you, yeah, it's been like 3 days, and this morning I woke up and I was like, I have this issue. So, like, I woke up and I was like, "Am I doing enough?" I was thinking I gotta cut myself a break every once in a while. So, Yeah, hopefully I'm just gonna kind of try to relax through the holiday season and see how that goes. And like I can't help it. Like the dream is always in the back of my mind. So I'm always trying to figure out like how I can challenge myself or what we can do next. But as of right now, I'm just kind of looking forward to being home for a while during the holidays and just seeing my family and hanging out.